was never really good playing role of the puppet. Too busy being me to be concerned with perception of the public. Everyone is buzzing, but everybody ain't thinking about a budget. I want ownership in something. Niggas get they wings.
Hey world, it is MCB and we are back with another video for the channel, man, and I'm definitely tapping in. Been missing for a while, but hey, it is what it is. But look, I came to get my 2 cents on this Stephen A and this LeBron situation, right? Now, for those in the know and those are not in the know, LeBron recently confronted Stephen A at the Lakers game, right? And everybody's all, they got their opinions. It's a weak move. Oh, Stephen A this and Stephen A that. And, Stephen A's been doing his little press run in this, this media tour, right? For lack of a better term, a media tour on this subject, right? Now, we must flip this back, right? So, who's had the most to say about LeBron James in his entire career? It's been Skip Bayless and Stephen A. Smith. One could argue that they have made their bones for the better part of these 20 years on speaking on LeBron, especially in the LeBron and Jordan debate, right? Now, over the last several years, when Stephen A. Smith has had something to say about LeBron that was not so positive, he would preface it with, hey, LeBron, outstanding father, philanthropist, businessman, etc., etc., etc. That's the way that he would approach most situations, right? And Skip, on the other hand, he's not GOAT James. He's phony GOAT or false GOAT James and blah, blah, blah. And he don't have a not clutch and all of that, right? We know what we know what they've said in the media. So LeBron has a distaste for those two gentlemen anyway, right? So Stephen A. Smith, for the last couple of years, and this is where I'll give him credit, he's tried not to speak on Bronny James, right? Hey, I haven't seen him play. I haven't went to a game. Hey, I want to leave it alone. That's still a kid. And then he gets to college. Hey, he had the heart situation. He has given Bronny grace, right? Now, even back to the Gills Arenas podcast, they go, hey, even with Kenya Martin, hey, there's a plan for, if there's the plan for Bronny James, we know what the plan is. Hey, GB, the games get called up for this day, called up for that. So they're splitting the minutes between G League and the Lakers games, right? So he's doing well in the G League. See his numbers increasing. You see him kind of doing his thing in the G League, right? So one could say, hey, I think he might be ready. We're gonna pull him up. We're gonna call him. That's what it seems like from the outside looking at, right? Now, he gets his shot. Okay, whatever the reason, JJ Redick has done it, put him in the games. Whatever the game was against the Sixers. This is where everything goes left. He goes to the Sixers. He goes into that game, gets called up. I guess they let him start. I'm not sure. I didn't watch that game. So for all intents and purposes, everybody has said online, everybody said in the comments on these videos, even with the Gills Arena podcast, even the Stephen A. Smith show, First Take, and everything else, they've said that Tyrese Maxey cooked Bronny James. Now, that is where I will kind of say, hey, wait a minute, pump your brakes. He's in the NBA, right? Whether it's G League, whether it's playing for the Lakers, right? That's fair game, critique his play, all of that, right? Tyrese Maxey will be a tough guard for anybody, right? It's just like, it's like putting Bronny James on Kyrie, right? Why would you, that's not, but you're an NBA player, that's like somebody on the bench guarding. He's going to do his worst damage as an NBA player. If I'm elite, I could put up 35, 40, 50, 56 points, whatever the case may be. And a handful of assists, some steals, and some others. If I'm that guy, yeah, y'all put this little boy on me. He ain't his daddy though. Watch me work. That's what happened to Bronny James. he got embarrassed by an elite level player who's established himself as a star, if not a star on the come up, a star. We basically know what Tyrese Maxey is. I don't care how good you can defend and you Bronny, you can't do nothing with that. It's other all-star guards who can't do nothing with that when he get hot. Why are we making so much of this, right? So they go on, everybody gets to talking about it. Because, hey, you in an NBA game now, you starting now, they let you start. And this your numbers. This your numbers. This that work. You got, they gave you that work, right? He had the work put on him. He got worked over. He got done, but he got done bad. That's the point that I'm making. So everybody goes in and says, hey, look, 0 point, blah, blah, blah points, this many assists, this many steals, run down the stat line. Stephen A as well. They ran down the stat line. And with other podcasts and other, hey, that's Tyrese Maxey, gave him grace. Even with Joe Budden podcast, when that's Tyrese Maxey, Bronny ain't ready for that. So Stephen A goes in, as a father, I'm asking you to stop. This is crazy, man. You did this to your son. So he's giving LeBron all of the, so at this point, we know, hey, listen, LeBron did a little extra to get his son. I mean, come on. Hey, they call it nepotism, call it what you want to call it. But he had the power and the influence. And right now, he's the draw and the star of the team. Yeah, I'm going to get my son on the team. Right? But the organization's still the organization. If everybody was hurt or whatever the case may be, and we had to put this young man in the game, y'all had to put that young man in the game. But Stephen A. Smith is calling that out. But how many people have already called that out? We know what it was. Right? Now, do I think this young man has potential? I think he does. Do I think he's slow to get there because of his health situation? Sure, we can add that in. Or simply, he just might not be ready yet. So, if you spend a season or two in the G League, keep your numbers up, we bring you up. It's about consistency, play, feel for the game. Can you do a job or not? Hey, he undersized. Probably need to work on his point guard skills, 6'2", whatever. He too small to be off guard. We know what is stacked against this kid. We already know. And I ain't even calling the kid, this young man. We know what's stacked against this young man. His father knows, being the basketball brain that he is, he knows. We all know what could possibly be wrong with Bronny's game. We know he's not ready. We know he wasn't ready to go against Tyrese Maxey. Right? So Stephen A. Smith calls this out. Oh, you did this to your son, blah, 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 blah. We know he questioned him as a father, right? That was the first thing, right? Stephen A. Smith, he gets that infamous phone call that he likes to talk about. This phone call pissed me off, right? So I'm guessing Rich Paul, Maverick Carter, whoever on the team called, hey, listen, Bron ain't like them comments you made. Stop doing this, questioning his father. Stephen A. get mad at that. He don't like that. His ego was challenged, right? And as a man, hey, bro, listen. That ego challenge, right? Hey, you question him. That's my opinion. I can make that. Bop, bop, bop. I work for ESPN. It's my job to do. You doing your job, fine, right? But that's calling him out as a father. That's not your job. So you mad at that. You go on Stephen A. Smith podcast and you say, yeah, they pissing me off, this phone call. And because he's on his own platform and he's not on FCC airwaves, not at ESPN Disney, he doing the Stephen A. Smith show, he get to talking real greasy. So when he get to talking greasy, oh, you weak, and why would you do that to your son? This is your fault. And we know what this was, and the boy just not ready, and you double down on your take, and why would you put your son in that position, and all of the things that you've been saying. You said that he was the best and all of this, and Yeah, he hyped his son up, right? Any father would hype their child up. The same way a mother and father scream at the games, knowing your kid ain't got no game. Same way, oh baby, just work on this, you'll be the best at, because who wants to destroy that child's confidence? It can't come from you, right? But that's what coaches are for, trainers and things like that, right? They can call it out. We know what it is, right? So we not going to talk about, we know what the situation is, right? But you keep doubling down and tripling down, and every time he turns around, you talking crazy. This is why he upset. So when he run into you, yo, leave my son alone, man. Because we know what's up. The dislike, the disdain for LeBron is hitting his son now, right? Not to say that he's doing his job, but questioning that man as a father, that's one where you wrong. To get a phone call, they said, oh, like Stephen A said, oh, they could call me. They got my number. I would have flew out, talked to him man to man. They called you. You said, right? They tried to call you and say, hey, listen, man, you got to stop. This LeBron pissed. You said that phone call pissed you off, so it made you double down and triple down on your take, right? And I just want people to stay with me because it's oh, yeah, that's some weak stuff LeBron did, right? Now, granted, your son's in the league. Yeah, you put him in that position and all of that, right? We get it. His game is subject to criticism. The way he plays, the way he played, the world knows he's not ready. That's something that everybody been harping on. But he's also the 55th pick. No other 55th pick get that coverage. We understand why that 55th pick getting that coverage because that's LeBron James' son. I don't hear nothing about Dalton Connect. When he played bad, we hear a lot when he holds. Dalton Connect last night put on show, he put up these threes and these points. We don't hear a lot about it when he played bad, right? All them other 1 through 15 picks in the draft, we don't hear nothing about them too. We don't cover that a lot. Nobody around the 55th pick, before it or after, we talking about in that second round. But because he LeBron James' son, because he Bronny James, we gonna talk him up, right? Hey, the views, the ratings, the numbers, we get it. That's what y'all gonna do, right? But when you start questioning somebody's parenting, their parenting skills, what parent wouldn't get a child the world? As a man with 2 sons, hey, listen, if I had the power, boom, you want to get into this, I'm going to help you get there whatever way I can. If I can use my influence, but I'm going to make sure you're ready. But whatever influence, whatever way I can fix this situation and try to get it there, because we don't have that enough as black and brown people. We don't have that power to move like that. And when we do, it turns into something like this, right? Now, granted, he still got to perform. He still has to be the best version of Bronny James that he can be because he's in the NBA. We get that part. But when you call out a grown man parenting and you continue to double down, triple down, and say all the things you said, he wants to see you in person. You had that phone call. You ignored it. You had that warning before he came to see about you on courtside, and you chose to continue to beef up and talk. It's the bravado, it's the ego. Yo, listen, who he think he is calling me and telling me he pissed and he feel this way and I question this and I said that. Stephen A wasn't trying to hear that. He wasn't. So then you get Matt face to face. They be like, oh, LeBron, that granted, he could have pulled him to the side at the end of the game and all that. But as Stephen A. Smith said, when he hit that Gil's Arena podcast, and he said, and I quote, yeah, man, I seen Bronny in the first quarter during the first time out, and Bronny looked up at me and he looked sad in the face, and I imagine that Pop saw that and he couldn't hold it no more. Once you add that in, it's like, oh, okay. You not only said what you said, but then we called you, you dismissed what we said, you doubled down, then you tripled down, and then my son is at this game, and he looking at you in the face, and he looked like disrupted. I peeped that shit. No, yo, that's it. My son said, I'm hot about it. Nigga, I can't hold it no more. as a grown man, I can't hold it no more. You done double down, triple down. You got my son looking crazy. I'm looking crazy. We already look some kind of way because of the way all of this happened. And then I see you over there. My son see you over there. You took his soul away. Yeah, whenever I catch him, the next time I'm out, whenever we get to go time, I'ma see what I'ma do it right here. Cause you're right. He couldn't hold it no more. I'm gonna do it right here, bro. I'm gonna do it right here. This what's up. This week, I'm gonna say what I gotta say. So say what you gonna say, boom. It go viral, like Stephen A. Smith said. It went viral. The bosses wanted them to talk about it. He get on ESPN. Oh, as a father, I get it. Cause you on FCC airwaves and you ain't want to say what he really said to you. Bip, bip, bip. You ain't really want a lot of smoke. Blah, blah, blah. Right? As a father, you got it. You understand. Hey, leave your son alone. Bip, bip, bip. But he's subject to critique because he in the NBA and all of these different things. Steve A. So, okay, boom. Steve A. addressed it. Everything is over. Yeah, it look a little crazy. LeBron, blah, blah, blah. Then the other clip go. And Bron said, yeah, it was disrespect. I couldn't tolerate that when he talking to Richard Jefferson. Now, if you go off of what people are saying and they don't look at the whole backstory, they're gonna be like, oh, yo, Bron jumped out the window for that, man. He right to critique. Oh, he felt like he was being disrespected because he had the audacity to talk about his son. Nah. What he upset about is he had the nerve to talk about his son. Then he had the nerve to call him to tell him as a father, stop this and question his parenting and his fatherhood. And then not only that call to Stephen A. Smith said, oh, he could have called me, I would have flew out. That did happen. You didn't fly out. You didn't hang up the phone, fly out and go see them people. You continued to double and triple down on that. And that's what's disrespectful. Because you continue to do it. Then wait, we ain't done. After all that, he get that tidbit of information. All right, I got him now. He did exactly what I want to do because you're still operating off of ego and arrogance, right? Because both of them are. I'll give it. Because how dare him talk about this, right? Like, granted, that boy game is subject to critique. We get that, right? But the way you went about it was foul, right? How dare that man use his power to get his son in the league? All right, bet. That's how you feel. But the question that man is a father, you were wrong, especially in the public. Right? Then to get a phone call after that and then dismiss what they had to say and then double and triple down, that's crazy, right? But then to now come out after you heard the part with Richard Jefferson and pretend that you victim, and granted, that right there is alone, oh, I felt disrespected or I had to check him this, that, and third. You LeBron, you ain't supposed to do that. That's what you had your people call him for. So now you need to know that he know that you mean business. Yeah, LeBron, that was arrogance, ego. We get that. You know what I'm saying? And he took it too far, so you taking it further now. It could have stopped all there. All right, bet. Bron, somebody say you said. So in a nutshell, what I'm saying is, they went too far. But then when you go to the skills arena, that was some weak ass shit and this, that, and the third. Oh, Bron, that was weak and you shouldn't have did this and yeah, that's crazy. You could have called me and you mad at me for what you did to your son and this, that, and the third. And you continue to talk greasy on this Skills Arena podcast. So who knows what happened the next time we see you. Now the backstory is Bron had issues with his father. So he trying to do the best job that he can because he don't want his son to have the same type of situation or his kids to have the same type of situation that he had growing up, right? We get why he did what he did. He abused and used his power or used his power to gain some type of nepotism for his son. We get why he did it, right? We understand that, hey, it might not be right because it's a bunch of other kids who deserve that opportunity too, right? But those buttons get pushed every day in every industry, on every type of time, and in the NBA. Because a coach might push a button for 54th or 55th or 56th pick. People do that. Sometimes that's just the nature of the business. And with, like many other people said, with a weaker and a lower talented draft class. You know what I'm saying? Or where it's not a lot of talent coming out this year. And it's some decent talent, but it's not that, that KD, that AD, that LeBron, it's not that type of person in the draft, that generational one-on-one talent. It's not a lot of that in this particular draft class where Bronny was drafted. You're gonna pick somebody, hey, listen, they might not be the best in the world. Hey, they got intangibles, good spirit, good-hearted kid, makes the right call, makes the right plays, respectful, is a very coachable guy. These are the things where you're just like, hey, he don't have to jump out the gym. I can shoot 73 pointers without missing. That might not be in this draft. But a quality players that we can coach, we can talk to, that's going to make the right moves, and they want to be team players, and they in the gym every day, even though they're not the best. You would draft that, right? But because his last name is James and he's attached to LeBron, that's where the scrutiny comes from. Nowhere else. That's LeBron. The same thing with Marcus Jordan. Oh shit, he's doing drugs. Get him. Yep. Got coke, got DUI. They're gonna blast it because of whose son he is. Nothing else. That's what it is. It's the, hey, you Jordan's son, you LeBron's son. Hey, that's Kobe's daughter right there. Denzel Washington's son just did this. You ain't judged off your marriage, you're judged off your parent. Oh, who your parent is. So the same thing that gets you in the door is the same thing that hurts you in the public, right? Well, the same thing that hurts you in the public be the same thing that gets you in that door. It's the last name. It's who you attached to, right? That's why these decisions have been. So we knew what it was. Everybody knows. A blind man can see what's going on. But every chance y'all get, y'all attack that man's son. Because he ain't the GOAT y'all want. Let's talk about it. Jordan 6-0 in the finals. All right. Bill Russell got 11 rings as a playing coach, but we don't talk about that. Because Jordan did it sexy. He was dominating 30 points a game, blah, blah, bit. Right? LeBron with the 9 finals. He ain't win them all. 9-10 finals straight. I'm sorry. He ain't win them all. How many finals he went to? He's still dominating at 40. Or he still looked like he could be a top 10 player at least at 40-something years old. He already turned 41. Who knows how long he got to play? Right? He ain't washed up like a lot of the legends at that age was. Oh, he just playing to play. He getting 13 minutes a game. He getting 2.2 points per game, 0 assists, and 0 rebounds. So you can't target him. You can't talk about him. He's still in the league. He's still making noise. He's still doing what he, you know what I'm saying? His team is what, number 2 in the Western Conference? Whether that be due to him or Luka, you're still a part of the equation. He's still scoring over 20 points a game. There's nothing you can really say to his game. Yeah, he might defer a lot. He might pass too much. He might make questionable decisions, right? He might execute the right play, or he might, he keeping the ball, he want to be point forward, whatever the case may be, whatever critique you have of his game, it's not strong enough to diminish what he's done already. Oh, he brought a son in the league. He brought a son in the league, and he ain't with the hype was. And then LeBron said, you better than half the player that's playing right now. I mean, you will put the extra sauce on your kid. That's your kid. You know what I'm saying? You will take that little ugly refrigerator drawing and you will blow it up like it's the best thing in the world because you love your kid so much that you'll do anything for them. Even make them feel good when you know that they know it's wrong. You know it's bad. Right? But you're like, oh no, I hope you're going to get there because, hey, you got my DNA, dog. I'm one of the best things. Man, you feel like everybody else feel on the inside. Yo, he got this DNA, he going to be nice. Now, Bryce might be better than Bronny, but hey, man, I'll talk about that because we see Bronny in the NBA now. So it's like, yeah, we get, you know what I mean? That's what people do, right? I know it's going to hurt you, boy. Hey, this is the only way we can hurt this nigga, man. Hey, listen. Hey, listen, Bronny scored a 1.5 the other day, nigga. You said he was better. Yo, trash though. Yo, really whack. Right? That's what y'all use. Let's say Bronny come out. Let's say we skip forward to next year, or they let him play in the playoffs, and he turn on. And he be playoff Bronny like Paul George or one of them. You know what I'm saying? And he put up 25 in the playoffs. Oh, we not gonna talk about that. Oh, well, that's just what he had like a decent game last night. Hey, for a 55th overall pick, that was then eventually, if he gets better, the talk will stop. But right now, y'all got something to hold over this, man. That's it. That's all. You know what I'm saying? And then when he doubled down on that Gil's Arena and did all that extra with the black suit, looking like Martin from the episode when he had the fake Doug chasing them around the room for the tape recorder and all that, the CD player and the Walkman when Martin was wilding out with the fake Doug. And he came on there looking like Nino Brown, you know what I'm saying? Or MC Stephen A.G. Money. Y'all like, oh, yes. And he talked extra greasy. And then he got a cheerleader in Rashad McCants. Rashad McCants hates LeBron. I don't care what y'all say. He ain't never got nothing nice to say about that man. You couldn't even play in the same stratosphere as LeBron James McCants. And this is real. That's your problem. Now, on the other hand, when you talk Kenyon Martin, he got a son in the league, so he kind of understands what's going on. But it's not on the same level as LeBron and Bronny, so it's a little bit different. But you can kind of understand that from as a father looking at his son working hard to get somewhere and to do a certain thing, and it's just different, right? So he kind of sees it, so he like, all right, and then Gil for having sons in the league or trying to go that same route, his sons might have to deal with it. And Gil, for the most part, has been trying to champion LeBron and Bronny. But the thing is, when he gets to the NBA floor, he does play worse than he plays in the G League. So right now, he belongs in the G League. And considering he had a health scare and considering that he played, he didn't really do what people thought he could do at USC, and he didn't have the time. The G League, him playing the G League right now is his college part. LeBron never had to go through that because he was doing what he was doing, and he never had to go to college. That wasn't even his story. So this is different, and they probably don't know how to treat it, right? They don't quite know what to do to keep this young man successful. But like Kenyon Martin said, they do have a plan. And the plan is for him to do this G League thing and then get called up for certain games. And that's the plan. And because he's scoring 25, sometimes 30 points a game in the G League, that is where the path is to get him better, to get him acclimated, and to get his reps that they say he needs, right? So maybe season 2, on his rookie situation, he goes in to play a couple games for the Lakers, a little bit more minutes, right? Same way Dalton connected these other gentlemen, they're getting acclimated and adjusted to the NBA. It's just not a lot of eyes on it because they're not LeBron James' son. And that's the sad part. Whatever he do, he can score 30 points, 40 points, 13 points. They're going to expect him to be 25, 8, and 8 because his dad is that way. But we don't talk about, hey, Del Curry wasn't as good as a player as his son is. Sometimes your kid could be worse or better than you, but depending on your parent's status. Like, I'm not expecting J1 to be Jadakiss, but I see and hear some of the talent. You got something there. Well, Bronny, we said a little something. It's just not what people want to see. They're expecting you to be your father. He may not ever live up to that. And that's fine. Is that a shot to LeBron James' ego? Possibly. Is that a shot to Bronny's confidence and ego? It could be. Is Bronny James turned into a superstar like his dad, playing close to what his dad plays, or even being better than LeBron at some point? We don't know what the next 5 years will hold, whether he gets better or he gets worse, or he stays at the same level. Will that be a shot to the ego? If he gets better and becomes this great superstar or great all-star of a player, LeBron will be like, yo, I told y'all so, eat crow. the media that's dogging them now or dogging their situation now is not gonna go back and say, "Oh, we were sadly mistaken about Bronny James." But do I believe Stephen A. Smith when he says he's rooting for Bronny? I'm 50-50 on that. You know, because you dudes don't like LeBron. It's something about him that they just don't like. It ain't the off court. It's probably the controlling of the narrative and all of that. You get it. But y'all media, y'all like to control the narrative too. So that's gonna be a dogfight every time between the players, the owners, and the media. It's always gonna be a three-way battle, right? Because that's what the NBA is and the NFL is. It's everybody trying to hold position. You know, Stephen A's got that $100 million contract. He ain't stopping no time soon from talking his big shit. You know what I'm saying? And LeBron still play for the next 2 to 5 years, and still, if he averaged 18, 7, and 7, he's still playing better than a lot of the other 40-year-old players prior to him. So he gonna eat however long, you know, he got the plate to eat on. And as long as he there, his son gonna be cool or all right or in the okay position. You know what I'm saying? Shit, he might stay long enough for Bryce to join. That's gonna be crazy. Well, to join the NBA, maybe not the Lakers, but I mean, it's up for grabs. The owners, hey, listen, LeBron gonna sell them tickets in turnstiles. Luka gonna sell them tickets because Bronny's attached, and every time he's score or don't score, that's gonna get people to turn in. The Lakers, showtime. It's all about showtime. Them owners gonna get that bread. So everybody gonna win, really. Like, all y'all multi-millionaires, like, so it don't really matter, but like, that's what come with it. You're gonna get critiqued, play good. Hey, you know, but he could have worked on this. You're gonna get critiqued. They're gonna look at you good and bad. When you play good, they're gonna compliment you for the moment. And then when you play horrible, they're gonna dog walk you the next day. That's the way this works, you know what I'm saying? Because they gotta get their ratings. And hey, man, listen. Saying Bronny James is trying to do this, and everybody, listen, Stevie Day he didn't got some ratings this week. This whole little thing went down. Whether he wanted to speak on it or not, ESPN knew what they was doing when they told him. He said he wasn't going to speak on it. They told him to go speak on it. Even before they was going to get their bread. People going to turn in. Ooh, what Stephen A got to say about LeBron today? What he got to say about Bronny today? Ooh, is he going to talk that big shit he was talking? Because he rolled up on him and he was dead quiet. We going to talk all to the side. Oh, we got to do this right here. Yeah, motherfucker, we got to do it right here. That's how that went. So it is what it is. Like, you know. But hopefully they can get through this and everybody move on with their lives, man. It's what I call the NBA and the media shit show. Never gave a fuck about a cold stare.